My child, before this first minute slips away, listen closely. Many will hear only a few words and move on, but you did not arrive here just to hear sound. You came because something deep inside you has been asking me whether this season will finally turn, whether the pressure around your heart will lift, whether the road ahead still carries my promise. Stay with me until the end, because I am not speaking casually. I am reaching straight into the place you have kept hidden. Before we go any farther, write this in the comments. Father, I am here, and I will hear you through the end. I know how long you have carried what you never fully said out loud. I know the brave face you showed in rooms where nobody noticed your spirit growing tired. I know how often you stood strong for others, while your own soul quietly asked for relief. Yet hear me now, I have not turned from you. I have not forgotten your name. I have not set you aside. Even now, while you are listening, I am moving in places you cannot yet see, and what has felt delayed is beginning to shift under my hand. You have wondered why certain answers seemed far away. You have asked why doors stayed closed when you prayed with sincerity. You have looked at your life and thought, maybe nothing will ever change for me. But I tell you now, that thought did not come from me. I am the one who preserved you when you felt close to empty. I am the one who held your future together when your faith felt thin. I am the one who kept a new beginning alive for you, even when you could not imagine one for yourself. Tell me in the comments, my child. I am still listening, Lord, and I will not miss this word. I want your full attention, because this message is not only about comfort, it is about release. It is about the turning of a page that has lasted longer than you wanted. What has been tied up is being loosened. What has been buried under delay is starting to rise. What has been silent is about to speak. I have seen the quiet disappointments that tried to teach you to expect less. I have seen the dull ache that followed you from morning into evening. But I have not led you this far to leave you standing at the edge of change without bringing you through it. There is a reason your heart responded to these words. There is a reason you felt pulled to stay. There is a reason your spirit has been restless lately. I have been preparing you for movement, not frantic movement, not fearful striving, holy movement, purposeful movement, the kind that happens when I make room around you, remove what has blocked you, and breathe courage back into the places where weariness tried to settle in permanently. You're not being left in yesterday. You're being brought into a fresh hour, and it begins as you listen. Say it with me in the comments. My new hour begins under God's hand. My beloved, let me speak to the ache beneath your smile. There were moments when you felt surrounded and still alone. There were moments when your thoughts turned heavy because you were giving so much, yet receiving so little in return. There were moments when your own heart wished someone would notice that you needed tenderness too. I noticed. I saw the effort. I saw the restraint. I saw the times you kept choosing grace when you could have given in to bitterness. Nothing you carried in silence was hidden from me. Now I am bringing healing to the part of you that became used to functioning without being poured into. I am touching the memories that still try to define your expectations. I am quieting the inner noise that told you to settle for survival. You were not created merely to get through each day. You were created to live with my peace, my strength, and my covering over every part of your life. That is why this moment matters. I am not only lifting a burden, I am renewing the heart that carried it. If this is touching the very place you protected from everyone else, write this below. Lord, breathe on my heart again. And if you want to honor this moment with gratitude, place a faith seed through the Ko-fi link below. Let that offering say, I trust what you are beginning in me. Listen carefully. There is relief coming to your mind, relief coming to your home, relief coming to your body, relief coming to your finances. What felt stretched thin will not stay that way forever. I am your provider, and I have not lost your address. I know the bill that worried you. I know the report that unsettled you. I know the family tension that made your home feel less restful than it should. But I am entering those places with authority, and what has felt unstable will not have the final word. Some things around you have looked stronger than your hope. That is about to change. I am already weakening what came against your peace. I am already rearranging conversations you have not heard yet. I am already correcting paths that were leading in the wrong direction. There are people whose influence over you is shrinking even now. There are new helpers I am bringing closer. There are answers approaching that did not exist for you a month ago. You think the story is standing still, but I see motion where you see none. Are you hearing me, child? Then write Amen and tell me, my peace is being restored. Do not fear the slowness of some things. I work with precision, not panic. I know exactly what to remove, what to preserve, and what to bring to life next. Some opportunities faded because I protected you from futures that would have cost you more than you understood. Some relationships weakened because I could see what your heart could not. Some plans stalled because I loved you too much to let you build your life on unstable ground. What you called loss was often my mercy making room. Now watch what I do with the space that was created. I am not leaving it empty. I am filling it with clarity, with right timing, with steady favor, with people who recognize your worth, and with open ground where fear once stood. You have been asking me for change, but I tell you that the deepest change begins inside you before it shows up around you. I am giving you a stronger center. I am placing steadiness in your spirit. I am teaching your heart to expect goodness again without feeling afraid to hope. Declare this in the comments. God is making room for what truly belongs to me. There is someone connected to your heart who's been carrying their own hidden heaviness. You have sensed it, but you did not know how to reach them. I know exactly how. I know the knot in their mind. I know the battle behind their expression. I know what they have concealed from others. Bring them to me again right now. I am able to enter places where your words cannot go. I am able to untie what seems impossible. I am able to restore what looks too damaged to recover. Never think your prayer is too small when it is placed in my hands. And hear this as well. I am doing a work in your household. The atmosphere will change. Conversations will soften. Insight will come. The heaviness that once settled over certain rooms will begin to lift. You will sense a difference before you can explain it. Others around you may notice it too. Where my presence is welcomed, bitterness loses ground, confusion gives way, and hope begins to breathe again. I am not only touching individual pain, I am visiting the environment around you and filling it with new life. If someone you love needs this word, share it with them now. Where 2 or 3 gather in my name, I move in the middle of them. Let my light travel farther than your screen tonight. Then write this in the comments. My house will know God's peace. You have spent too much time questioning your value because others failed to see you clearly. That season is ending. Your worth was never decided by the people who overlooked you. misunderstood you, used your kindness, or dismissed your voice. Your worth began in me. Before anyone had an opinion about you, I had already called you chosen, known, and deeply loved. I am restoring the parts of your confidence that were worn down by disappointment. You will not keep shrinking to fit places that cannot honor who you are. There are rooms ahead where your presence will be welcomed. There are conversations ahead where your words will carry weight. There are connections ahead where love will feel safe instead of draining. I am teaching you to stop chasing what does not serve your calling. I am turning your face toward what is healthy, steady, and true. What belongs to you will not require you to betray your peace in order to keep it. I am aligning your life with goodness that can remain, not a tension that quickly fades. Write this below, my child. I will not reduce myself to be loved. Now let me speak to your future. You have not come this far merely to repeat the same cycle. I am breaking patterns that kept returning to your door. I am ending seasons where you gave your best to dry ground. I am teaching your spirit to recognize when grace is present and when it is time to move forward. This next chapter will not be built on panic. It will be built on wisdom. It will be built on discernment. It will be built on the kind of favor that does not need constant forcing to stay alive. I am awakening gifts in you that were buried under responsibility and pressure. There is insight in you. There is creativity in you. There is leadership in you. There is tenderness in you that still has the power to heal people. Do not think your life has narrowed to the limits of what you see today. I am larger than this moment, and so is the purpose I placed inside you. The very thing that once made you question yourself will become part of the testimony that strengthens somebody else to keep going. Tell me in the comments, Lord, awaken every gift you placed in me. If this message is strengthening your spirit, honor the movement of your faith through the Ko-fi link below. Let your seed become a quiet declaration that you believe I am turning your season. And if this channel, God's Message Now, has become a place where my word lifts you again and again, subscribe, join, and stand with this family. This work is not being sustained by direct YouTube income or support, so your support helps carry my words to hearts still waiting for hope. My child, I know there were times when you nearly surrendered your expectation. You grew careful. You stopped speaking about certain dreams because disappointment had visited too many times. But I did not cancel what I showed you. I did not withdraw the promise because the timing felt long. I was shaping you while I prepared the door. I was enlarging your heart while I arranged the field ahead. You were not being ignored. You were being readied for a blessing you could sustain and not lose. Sometimes you judged your season by what was visible. I judged it by what was being formed. You saw quiet. I saw roots. You saw delay. I saw depth. You saw closed hands. I saw protection. You saw a narrow path. I saw the exact route that would keep you from harm and still bring you into abundance. Trust me now more than ever. The day is coming when you will look back and realize that what felt like a pause was one of the most merciful parts of your story. Say this in the comments. Even in the quiet, God was preparing me. I am also restoring your capacity for joy, not borrowed joy, not forced joy, real joy, the kind that rises from security in my presence, the kind that steadies your breathing, softens your face, and lets your mind rest without fear chasing every thought. Some of you have been so focused on getting through each day that you forgot joy was part of my promise too. But I am returning brightness to your inner world. I am teaching your heart that goodness is not a rumor. It is still possible for you. And joy will not come alone. I am bringing renewed energy. I am strengthening your body. I am reordering habits. I am guiding you toward choices that support the life I am restoring in you. I care about every part of you. I care about your spirit, your mind, your relationships, your home, your work, and the daily rhythm of your life. You do not have to separate the holy from the ordinary with me. I am Lord over both the prayer and the practical, both the promise and the process. If you believe joy is returning to your life, write hallelujah in the comments. Hear me on this. What tried to lower your voice will not succeed. Shame does not own you. Regret does not own you. Old labels do not own you. I am removing the false names that tried to cling to your identity. You are not your hardest chapter. You are not the wound someone left behind. You are not the fear that whispered in your ear. You belong to me, and what belongs to me is not abandoned to darkness. Lift your head. Let my truth become louder than every lesser voice. There are people who will watch the next season of your life and recognize that something beyond human effort has touched you. They will see calm where they expected collapse. They will see movement where things once looked frozen. They will see favor where doors used to shut. And some of them will ask how you kept going. You will tell them it was not your own strength. It was my hand, my mercy, my keeping power, and my love meeting you again and again. Type this now. What tried to name me does not define me. I am speaking over your resources. Lack will not train your heart to think small forever. I am teaching you to expect provision without fear. I am bringing wisdom for what to keep, what to release, what to begin, and what to refuse. You will not have to live in constant dread over every need. I know how to supply in ways you never predicted. I know how to make one open door accomplish what years of pushing could not. I know how to send timely help, and I know how to multiply what seems limited. So do not bow to despair when numbers look tight. Do not let fear become your counselor. Bring your concern to me, then follow my peace one step at a time. I will teach your hands. I will direct your decisions. I will steady your household. There are lessons I am giving you now that will bless not only this month, but years to come. What I place in your life will not merely rescue you for a moment. It will train you for stewardship, maturity, and deeper trust. Write in the comments, God will provide and guide me wisely. My beloved, let this also reach your relationships. Some connections are being healed. Others are being ended with mercy. I know which is which. You do not have to force every bond to continue just because it has been familiar. There are people I am drawing closer because they carry refreshment, truth, and mutual honor. There are others I am moving farther away because their presence keeps reopening pain, confusion, and heaviness. Trust my wisdom in who stays and who goes. I see what your emotions cannot always sort out. I am not stripping your life. I am refining it. I am surrounding you with what can truly nourish your future. I am teaching you not to confuse intensity with love or availability with loyalty. The right people will not constantly pull you away from peace. The right people will not require you to injure your spirit to remain connected. I am preparing friendships, counsel, and support that can help you flourish with integrity. Let me prune what has become harmful. Let me preserve what is life-giving. Tell me in the comments, Lord, align my relationships with your peace. If you want to mark this turning point with gratitude, sow through the Ko-fi link below and let it be your whisper of trust before me. And if you want to stand with this mission, join and subscribe to God's MSG now. This channel is not carried by YouTube income or support. When you stand with this family, you help send comfort, warning, courage, and hope to people who need a word from heaven in the middle of ordinary days. Now hear the deeper promise. I am not only removing pressure, I am restoring purpose. There are people waiting for the version of you that emerges from this healing. There are sons and daughters, friends and neighbors, listeners and strangers who will draw strength from the story I am writing in you. Not because you became perfect, but because my faithfulness met you in a real place and brought you through. What once felt private and heavy will become public evidence of my goodness. I am calling you to rise without pretending, rise with honesty, rise with humility, rise with fresh fire, rise with compassion for others who are still in the places you once knew. The victory I am bringing is not for pride, it is for witness. It is so that hope can gain a voice through your life. It is so someone else will hear your story and decide not to give up. It is so your household can become a lamp instead of a place dimmed by fear. If you receive this, write, "My life will testify to God's goodness." Someone is listening right now and wondering whether this can truly happen for them. Let me answer plainly, yes, if you will stay close to me, trust my leading, and stop agreeing with hopelessness. Do not hand your future over to the darkest thought that visited you. Do not build your expectation on your most painful memory. Build it on me. I remain faithful when your emotions rise and fall. I remain steady when circumstances change. I remain present when the path ahead is not yet clear. I want you to remember this whenever fear tries to return. I am already in the days ahead of you. I am not reacting late. I am not scrambling for answers. I am not surprised by what tomorrow holds. I am there. I am the God of the open road before you and the guarded door behind you. I am the keeper of what concerns you. Rest in that. Lean into that. Let that truth settle into your bones until peace becomes more familiar than panic. Write this now in the comments. God is already in my tomorrow. And because gratitude opens hearts even wider, if this word has steadied you, you can also send a super thanks as your offering of honor and thanksgiving. Let it be a simple way of saying, Lord, I recognize your goodness. Then share this message with one person who needs it. When hearts gather around my name, light spreads, courage multiplies, and somebody who was ready to quit may find the strength to keep walking. The final part of this word is for the place in you that has been waiting for certainty.